Oh boy, do we have some drama for you today. That's right, the Pokemon Company has forced people to be ugly. I cannot think of a better title for this video, and something that is actually true. It's something that they're making people do. In Pokemon Go, they announced that trainers, your avatar can now look even more like you, which I feel is like a mental jab at this point, seeing the future. We are excited to announce that new avatar customization options are now live in Pokemon Go. With a little picture of, the female out here looking at that creature. All right, I'm all for avatar customization. In fact, I think it's actually great that avatars have customization. You're being able to do whatever you want. If you want to make something ugly, fantastic. If you want to make something beautiful, great. However, this update has a lot of problems with it and has the Pokemon community up in arms. They had a very beautiful avatar that could, generally customized before, and you could go from the boy and the girl, and they looked relatively very good. Very nice, very slim looking, very cool. Hip. But for a better image of what it's changed to, I will give you a before and after picture of, let's just say, look at this nice little tan trainer out here on the left versus the same one, same costume on the right with the sliders in the best way to make this thing beautiful. No booba, no curves, it's just elongated body. What is that arm? There's just nothing. The soulless eyes, the chubbier cheeks, the hair that's even worse than before. This is legitimately worse. And just so you know, I'm not just focused on the females. Here's the Team Spark leader and stuff like there. Blonde, Mystic, and Valor. These are characters that you can now create, and my God, do they not look... They don't look good. Now again, I have nothing against making your character as atrocious as possible. I mean, take Palworld, for example. People love going like freaking Shrek from the swamp out here, There's nothing wrong with that. But when you had something that was good before and you can't get it again, that's an issue. And a big thing that actually is pretty criminal right now is the fact that you can purchase items and costumes for your character in the shop. Well, some of these items, they don't look quite as good anymore. For example, there's a headset that you can have that now gives you an indented head. It just indents your head on your model like that. You can tell that they didn't put a lot of effort into this, or maybe they're trying to go for the headset indent out there. That's why I wear earbuds now. I don't know. Maybe you kind of want the head dent. I don't know. There's arms clipping through the size of this thicker grandma out here. It's not very pretty. Here's a before the Eevee on the shoulder look out here where it's very cute. It has a little flower on there. She looks great. And then the after where the Eevee's just kind of hovering off on the side. It's not really even on part of the character anymore. It's just floating there. It doesn't look good. Another good example is just the same outfit on a different character out there, and it just looks like she's a solid brick wall rather than an hourglass. God. Here's one of the same costume of her in her far-fetched outfit. You can see the bag is kind of clipping through the model itself now. It's completely janky. Apparently they have gloves now for whatever reason. I don't know why they're forced to wear gloves, but yeah, I guess no hands allowed. And here's getting dreadlocks. That's a cute Eevee shirt, by the way, though. I'm still a fan of that Eevee shirt. That's great. But the dreadlocks, what is going on with this hat? What's going on here? So obviously people have voiced their complaints and saying, hey, I would like a refund for my items that I purchased, which is something that they should absolutely and legally be allowed to do, since they basically are false advertising of what that thing looked like before and changed it completely after the person bought it. So what they're doing is, anyway, questionable, but they said, sorry to hear about your experience with the avatar change. The recent update of Avatar Custom gives you a lot of ways to customize your appearance and body type. Find the body, face, and hair that you like the most. Use the custom, basically a bot answer. And sadly, we're unable to process the refund for the avatar items. Thank you for your feedback. So they will not give you any sort of refund either for any of the purchases that you made that now don't even work on your avatar that they forced upon you that you did not want before. There's a reason why gacha games do not nerf characters that they release on the gacha game because, well, it's illegal and they would be in a lot of trouble. So they find other, workarounds like mobs that specifically counter that character and things like that. So you buy another character, but that's a topic for a different debate. But needless to say, it's false advertising and it is a crime that they are doing this. I'm gonna flat out say from what I'm seeing here, this looks like a crime. Niantic is the company that's representing Pokemon in this case out here, but Pokemon still sponsors them and gave them the license, so technically it is Pokemon. And they're just saying, hey, guess what? You're ugly now. Some people think that it's like, hey, if you want your old avatar back, you have to pay $15 to get that old avatar back. Which is so strange to me that there's not just an option to like go from one avatar to the other. I feel like it's just in the game already. Why not just keep it? At least the community has some good fun at the expense of their own wallets and say sanity and game that they enjoyed. Pokemon Go was a huge game. A lot of people downloaded it. The subreddit here is 4.7 million people in Pokemon Go alone. That's insane to me. And they're making memes about this situation and their displeasure. There's a lot of controversy going on here. People saying, what the heck are these proportions? And there's the girl of how she looks now. And it's just an elongated cat. It's just, the torso is just so massive. Apparently they gave the male model a bulge a little bit here, as you can see. Take away the booba, give the man a bulge. One bump goes down, the other one goes up. That's a questionable decision, okay, but all right. I don't see what's wrong with the update. I've never felt more included as you're just this weird Star Wars alien. I think that's Men in Black, actually, now that I think about it. It's been a while since I've seen it, but yeah, I think that's Men in Black. And how all Pokemon Go avatars looking after this new update, and it's just... oh God, what did this episode? I don't remember SpongeBob characters ever looking this atrocious. Holy smokes, man. Is there a way to unevolve myself as me and then the new me with the skirts and the what is that creature, dude? Oh my God, that is so bad. I'm so happy the game finally represents reality where the majority of people are unattractive. I would say for the record out here, I don't think I am the most attractive guy in the world right now either. I at least hope I'm at least, decent to look out here. But when I play a video game, I feel like it's nice to have a pretty something to look at so I don't have to be reminded of myself. I like looking at pretty things. Is that a crime? Can I just look at something pretty and be happy with it? Why do I have to look at these atrocious things? And honestly, there wouldn't be a controversy in this in the slightest if it was just this avatar to begin with and you didn't have the other avatars that were actually attractive in the first place. But the fact that they changed it, I don't know, how many years has Pokemon Go been out? Tons of years now, 3 years, I don't know. The fact that they changed it now out of the blue when nobody cared for it and they make you just uglier, that's a problem. You know how many freaking weebs would be so offended if Genshin Impact made a more realistic character model and they made all of your waifus and husbandos fat and atrocious. Do you know how many people would be upset, demand refunds, and it would just cause the biggest uproar? I would be there for that. I would love that kind of drama. But man, people would just be so upset. It would be unheard of discourse. Just the fact that this woman out here, she's got this triangular butt. Why does she have a triangular butt? What's going on here? I don't know any humans that have triangular butts. Handsome? I was handsome once, as this beautiful mad lad out here before, into probably a kid that gets bullied and pushed inside of a locker, to be honest out here. How do you go from Giga Chad to Dwee? Same character, man. That's so rough. Big Chungus girl out here with the... Oh my God, dude. That's creepy. That's like someone peeled a face off of a human and try to put it on a robot that it's soulless. What is that thing? That's atrocious. I mean, the fact that you could actually make the Powerpuff Girls cosplay. They don't look right, man. They don't look like girls. Whatever you say out there, Pokemon, if you want to pass that as that, all right, sure. I mean, there's countless examples out here. I mean, this one's pretty funny with the monkey and this girl. It's kind of got the same proportions, the long arms, the big torso and small legs. What are they doing here? I don't even know. This is just something that is so dumb and could have just been an optional side grade and nobody would have cared. They could have just had a toggle like, okay, do you want this new avatar? Okay, there you go. You can switch it on and off. It's something so simple. It's already in the game. Why do they have to get rid of the good one? I don't get it. I don't know whether this is something that's like progressive, like the message sending out here where, you know, we want to make people look more realistic in our video games, blah, 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 American stuff. You know, like, I don't know if it's that or if it's just somebody at the office being incredibly lazy. Or it could be both. They're like, they didn't want to bother programming attractive models, so they just made the most basic shapes they could. And, you know, whether they may want to make it wider or slimmer, I mean, they just left it up to the player. They just went extremely lazy, no detail whatsoever on it. I think it's just a combination of both lazy and maybe the message. I don't know. But I will agree with this meme of Niantic's next moneymaker, just putting a sheet over your character so you won't actually have to look at it anymore. After you spent countless hours outside, spent money in the game, catching these Pokemon, and so you won't have to look at this avatar that you're now forced to be stuck with for the rest and the remainder of the game's lifetime. Like, that's rough, buddy. I honestly can't imagine any other gacha game that would force to change your characters that you like into uglier things and think that you would be okay with it. And I know Pokemon's not exactly a gacha game necessarily, but it's still a mobile game, and I don't know any other mobile game that would do the same, to be honest. If there was some sort of lawsuit that happened, it honestly wouldn't surprise me at this point, because I do think what they're doing is completely illegal. It's false advertising, changing what you paid for, and you can't change it back. I mean, that ain't right. That sounds like something illegal to me, but I don't know, man. Again, I haven't touched Pokemon Go in years. And after this update, probably won't. So I'm curious to hear your thoughts and opinions about this situation, the drama, things that are going on. You know, like leave some comments below, things that I may have left out, things that maybe need correction out here. I don't know, man. I just want to hear the community's thoughts and opinions on this weird update, just bizarre out of left field. It's kind of a good meme too. So hope you guys enjoyed the news, and I'll see you beautiful sons and guns next time.